What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The game doesn't stop as you get older. The game does not stop. You know, I was inspired to do this. I saw a comment on a short by this brother, a podcast for men. He had interviewed me and broke up a lot of stuff into some shorts. And I had made some comment. I forgot which one. Now the exact one, but check out a podcast for men. I'll link him in the description box. That brother Darren is going powerful. Genius bruiser. That brother is sharp as shit. A thorough man, you know. And like I say, genius bruiser. That dude. He can go toe to toe with somebody physically, and you put him down for some IQ test, he gonna blow you away. So that's the thing with it, right? But check it out, right? Check it out. Yeah. All right, look how this lady's catching my eye. That's why ladies like me. Anyway, right? I saw on one of them, man, you know, you always get some detractor or something. Say, hey, Ron don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about the game back in the 80s or 90s. And more people checked him on it, but I was just like, you know, I thought about that shit. I was like, dude, I'm still out here. In fact, a lot of people still out here. It ain't just me. See, one of the dumbest things, it's stupid. Guys be thinking, like, people stop fucking once they get a certain age. What planet you on? The game don't change. Shit. You still, because the bottom line of the game is, for men, is dick goes into pussy. For women, getting the dick. That shit don't change as they age. You got some guys talking about, oh, they hit a wall at 30 and all of that. You don't stop fucking at 30, okay? Like for women, okay, they ain't looking, look, let's just be real. They don't look like they did at 18, okay? Because they reached their peak 18 or 21. That's just how it is, right? But it should be well known, men's, shoot, this shit increases as they age. Their sexual market value increases. They still getting down. But here's the thing that's not talked about enough. Women still getting down. They still getting down as far as they getting older. So it don't stop. In fact, I'm going to tell you what. Anybody who think, what they think, see, it's stupid. It's coming from a bunch of virgins. Because it come down to sex. People don't stop just because they reach a certain age. As long as that shit work, they keep going. They keep going, and that's the game. Sex hasn't stopped. All of that stuff hasn't stopped. They still going. In fact, there's a whole industry, really. There's a whole industry just dealing with older people, older singles, dating. In fact, when people talk about online dating, let's just be real, there's a lot of older people on there. 35 and up. She'd be in their 40s and 50s, mature singles events. In fact, last night, I was on this Facebook panel, Facebook Live and shit. I got to shout them out. Singles Mingle, where kings meet queens. I'll give a link to their Facebook page. And these older people, we on some grown folk shit. We on some grown folks. And then I was on one last week on Facebook. You know, stacked after hours. Grown folk shit. Grown folks. In fact, like I said, there's a whole industry for that. There's a whole industries. You know, a lot of younger people, younger virgins at that. Younger virgins. Let's just be real with it. They ain't getting no parts of the pussy. Don't even know what the fuck going on. Because, see, it's not changed because, like I said, why men and women coming together? Yeah, people can talk about marriage, all that shit, and, you know, companionship, sex. In fact, when I talk about the sexual shadow world, there ain't a lot of young people in it. Ain't a lot of young people doing those sex parties. Those are grown folks' affairs. Those are grown folks. These ain't teenagers and shit, young people. These are grown folks. Because it don't stop. It don't stop. As long as your shit work, you gonna still have sex. Hell, I've been with more women after the age of 30 than I was before the age of 30. And that, shit, in my like teens and 20s, that's a considerable number. That's a considerable number. But I sat down and thought about it. I said, you know what? I actually got more play after 30. And that's especially the case with men. And that's a range of women, really. Women, shit, one's about in my 30s getting with women in their 20s, but also women in their 40s. You know? And any man who really keeps it, if a man keeps himself up sexually, he keeps his energy up and everything, they still getting this. And they'll have a range of women they dealing with, not just young ones, older ones. In fact, like I said about that whole industry thing, shoot, man, there's so many Facebook groups, singles events, people making money just dealing with grown folks. They be having singles cruises, all of that. And that's the public stuff. When you get into the shadow world, man, some little single cruise stuff, shit, that be leading to some other things. You can go to swingers clubs and all of that. Those are older folks. They still fucking. But see, a lot of guys, they don't have any sexual experience, so they don't know. Because I would challenge them. Anybody who want to challenge that, I ask them about their sexual experience, then how would you know? And see, I know this, and this ain't something new. They thinking some shit's new because they ain't get out. They ain't having the experience. So they thinking, oh, well, he couldn't possibly have it. How would you know, motherfucker? Seriously. How would you know? Because if I start talking to him about sex, I'll say some shit and I'll automatically know. But I was thinking about that, and you know, Rom, I be thinking about the money aspect. I be like, shit, you know what? Because I started thinking about it a bit more. I was like, you know, I just need to deal with some grown folks shit. You know, because you get some younger people, they be thinking, oh, what apply to us? Dude, what is sex, man? Actually, it would, really. But really, because the grown folks, they don't be arguing about shit. You know, or thinking they know something. Like, I'm gonna tell you what. Hold up. Let me give a gripe. This is a gripe. You get some motherfuckers. Like, if they showed themselves, you can take one look at them. No, they ain't fucking. You can take one look at them. It ain't even about what they physically look like. You can tell by how they carry themselves, everything. Their whole energy, whole vibe, behavior. They ain't getting that. That's why, like, some street peeps, some street cats, they look at you. They know whether you fucking or not. You know? They can look right at you and be like, player. Nah, he ain't getting nothing. He corny. They take one look and they'll know what's up. And you get motherfuckers ain't seen no parts of the pussy. Probably ain't kissed a girl. Thinking they know what's up. Permanently friend zone. They think they doing something if a girl talk to them and shit. Hey, a girl said hi to me. Motherfuckers. Shit. If she ain't ready to slap you down at the minimum, if she ain't ready to kiss you at the minimum, you ain't know. But here's the thing. You know, the guys gotta like say, stop and think what's going on, what's really happening. They don't know what's happening. Because it don't stop, because, you know, let's be real. As long as your equipment is working, if you're a man, as long as your equipment is working, that shit don't stop for you. My 82-year-old father got 3 women. If he wanted to marry again, I could easily have a stepmother who's younger than him. Because I sat and watched young girls go crazy over his ass. Hell yeah, I just know of another dude in his 70s. His young girl popped out a baby for him. I knew this other guy, I mentioned him before. This dude was like 70. He had a 5-year-old son. And no, he ain't had money or anything like that. Dude was a shade tree mechanic. You know? He was a shade tree mechanic. Shoot, plenty of dudes, if this shit still work, they still getting it. And now guys will be like, well, it's money, it's all that. Well, first of all, virgins should never talk. They don't know. How would they know? Let's just be real. Virgin motherfuckers should shut the fuck up. You ain't get no parts of the pussy, so how do you know? If you had to read up on it. Because like I said one time, Getting some pussy beats out 100 books on sex. Seriously. Yeah, I'm gonna be raw like that. Cause you get some motherfucker and say, dude, have you kissed a girl? If you kissed a girl, motherfuckers ain't even like sophisticated enough to even like pay for some pussy. Shit, they wouldn't know what to do for that. So it was just like, shut up. Because the shit don't change. Now I know people will say, well, social media and all that. You still gotta meet them. Because what does sex come down to? Actually having sex. Actually connecting with a woman. Let's just break it down. Let's go street with that shit. Getting some. What it come down to? I don't care how you meet them. You can meet them online. You still got to meet in person. She still got to feel something for you. She still got to be turned on by you. You know? And that shit don't stop. This shit, in fact, with women, their sex drive increases as they age. Shit. Yeah. I've dealt with a couple women in their 60s, man. They get down, please. They have more energy than some like 20-year-olds. That shit don't stop. They still doing their thing. They still doing their thing. And shit, all the man, like I said, all the man has to do, if he keep himself in shape, which is part of body game, he keep himself in shape, make sure his joints still working, he can still get some. And shit. And age ranges. Now, I know, you know, of course, you got some guys out there who like, nah, I ain't messing with no older women. You don't have to, motherfucker. There's some dudes who ain't tripping off of that. They ain't tripping. They ain't tripping. Some dudes talked about it, but you know what I would say to some guys say, well, I ain't gonna mess with no older women and all of that. Okay, you don't have to. How's it going with you and the younger women? I'm serious. You know? Let me go on a tangent, man. It's a trip how motherfuckers say they won't do anything, what they won't do, but they don't have sexual experience any damn way. I mean, you don't have to do anything, but and if you want like that, you know, supermodel of the week, how's that working for you? Seriously, a lot of motherfuckers be on some bullshit. Then we try to tell them some basic shit, they try to come up with some reason why they can't do it. It's like, okay, you don't have to. How they going for you? Should I fuck with your head and like and MACK on that youngin that you trying to talk to? I actually did that one time just to fuck with somebody's head. Thought he'd do some shit. Oh man. But no, it really don't change. Seriously, if you look at it, people don't stop. People don't stop, man. But see, you get a bunch of younger people thinking they invented something and know something. Because even with you know, because when it comes down to sex, yeah, you get outer circumstances that can change, culture can change, but like I said, it still comes down to dick goes in the pussy. And that's been the same thing, because a woman she still got to be comfortable with you. I don't care what you do. She still got to be turned on sexually by you. If you look at what I'm actually telling you, I'm telling you how to turn on a woman sexually, regardless. And I'm gonna tell you what too. That's why my books sell all over the planet. So it's selling different cultures because I keep it basic. You actually read my stuff, I'm telling you how to turn on a woman sexually. It's and you know, people will say, well, it's money instead. Actually, that shit don't. And now if you want to be a trick or something, yeah, well, that might do something. Or if you want to get them on that social level, yeah, they'll deal with the guy on a social level for appearances. But then you know what can happen. Hey, Joe Roughneck. Here it comes. Double back home one day. Y'all say it with me. Double back home one day. You go up and hey, you hear a sound from you. Shit. Let's change it up. It ain't even, you don't even have to go to the bedroom. She bent over the kitchen counter. That granite top counter and stuff. Screaming, got her face looking at bliss. Dude be going. He don't even have to look back because the way the counter is, you can be in front of them. They both looking at you. And dude look at you be like, my bad. This you, man? Hey, this good, man. Hey, yo, man. Hey, yo. I see you got some juice in the kitchen, in the refrigerator, man. Why don't you pour us out some, man, while I finish up? Yeah, but seriously, that this whole sex thing, man. That's why shit ain't really changed. Because if you break down all the outer shit, everybody trying to fuck with the outer shit, but it still come down to, does a particular woman like a particular man? That's why my shit is gonna work. It's gonna work. And like I said, you got some virgin motherfuckers. They think, oh, it won't work. How would you know, motherfucker? You never seen any parts of the pussy. And yeah, I'm gonna be raw with it, because that's how Rom gotta be. Sometimes you try to do it all calm and cool, they don't get it. Well, shit, I can get gully with it, because that's what it come to. And I haven't seen a change. I haven't seen a change. I haven't seen a change. And talking with my elders, they ain't been a change. Because a woman's vagina, hey, the basics of a woman's anatomy hasn't changed in what, a few million years? What's changed about it? Nothing. Nothing. They all going to have general reflexology points. They all going to have it. That's not going to change. You know? Some men are going to get them all wet and got them drip, drip, drip. Some men ain't. And I know some guys try to say, well, it's Chad and Tyrone. It depends on the woman. It depends on the woman. That's why I say try. Shoot, some women like that slim guy. Some women, shoot, they like that stocky guy. Some women like that, guy that might have light eyes. It depends. Bottom line is, she want to fuck him. That hasn't changed. Now, you get a bunch of other stuff outside of that try to modify that and try to control that. But I'm going to tell you something there. Let's go shadow world. I haven't talked shadow world in a long time. And all the shadow world is where a woman is free sexually. That's why I say, you, especially women who are older, the shadow world is mostly older folks. They'd be the ones at these sex clubs. You don't be a lot of youngins. Shoot, they'd be the ones doing this sex tourism. You don't be a lot of youngins. They want to fuck. If you understand that much, you can always get a woman. It's just a question of who you want. Because even when I talk select and non-select, that's a sexual hierarchy. And some guys want to put in status and money in status, but even when you bring that in, you still got to turn on a woman somewhat. And it ain't the money and status. A lot of guys think that. And I was just like, if that's the case, why these teachers fucking these students? How much status does like some student have? They breaking the law. Or these homosexuals. Or these dudes who don't got money and status, but they got several kids. Use some common sense. Because they're hitting the women sexually. In fact, that's why a lot of nice guys ain't be getting her, and they ain't turning a woman on sexually. And women will tell you, if you listen to them, they'll say, hey, I don't feel any chemistry. I'm not turned on. And they could like, logically, they can look at you and say you cute. And they can look at you and you got a good job. And they'll feel bad. Say, he's just not doing it. But that ain't going to change, and I don't really change that much with age. People try to say it do, but like I said, you get some older women. Shit, they be wet, drip, 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 wet. And all it is, as long as any man or woman keeps himself healthy. Hell. Shoot, when I get up in the morning and stuff, shoot, I got to walk around a bit, let my shit go down. Oh yeah, it's still up. It still be up. Be waking up like I was when I was a teenager. Shoot. Sometimes it be at the window watching the sunrise, and it come over and wake me up. Be like, yo man, I gotta go pee. I say, all right, go ahead, do your thing, man. Seriously. Now I know some people are like, why are you talking about sex? Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something now. Anybody seriously talking about relationships, if they can't talk about sex, they full of shit. I'm just be real with you. If you talk to some of these guys who call themselves dating coaches, or like they know some, start asking them some sex questions. Ask them what they need to be doing sexually and see how they respond. Seriously. Because that's why if you really look at the men who at the minimum just getting a good woman, that's playing a part. It's the sex. Nobody wants to talk about that a lot, and you get a lot of public conversations don't want to get into sex. But if that man at a minimum is getting a good woman, he got to turn her on. She got to get wet. Now, a bunch of guys who don't know shit trying to speculate what it is, but really, from what I'm talking about experience. And like I said, you can put me under a lie detector. Shit, motherfuckers that don't know me or what I do, they'll say, yeah, you be getting some. Hell, if you die, here's a challenge for you, because I know some dudes still gonna fight against it. If you have any female friends, I might be asking a lot. If you doubt anything I'm saying, you got any female friends whose words you'll trust, show them some of my videos and ask them a simple question. You think that dude know what he's talking about sexually? Seriously. Just ask him. Just ask him. Because anybody follow me deep, like the book everybody should be getting from me is Sexual Chemistry. Because I give you the pattern. And I know some dudes who've actually read that book and actually like did the stuff I said. They weren't complaining anymore. Yeah. Because if you give off that sexual aura, women gonna hand you the poo. They'll get aggressive. They be all touching you, flirty, and all that shit, man. You know, and that don't change if you maintain this shit. You maintain shit. My father in his 80s. He's in his 80s. Got 3 women. You know, when no players out there in their 60s and shit. 60s, 70s, still getting heads, man. From young women too. Yeah, over the past few years, shoot, I say more than half the women I got with were like in their 20s and 30s. I mean, it is what it is, and that don't stop. That don't stop as you get older. Because in fact, I'm gonna tell you what. If a man really, he keeps himself in good shape, and he keeps himself, I'm going to touch on that a bit again, but he keeps himself in good shape, and he develops his skills, he never has a shortage of women. Never. He develops his skills and shit. And even that, like just keeping yourself in shape, because I remember I did this live seminar, and we had a tantra master in there. The subject of this seminar was dealing with multiple women. And he started talking about some herbs and everything. I ain't take notes, never really needed herbs like that, but you know, he said you gotta be in shape, you gotta satisfy multiple women. Shoot. And that's that vitality. That comes back around the body game, because part of that is just having that vitality, that energy. Women gotta feel that when she around you, she gotta feel like, hey, you can last long, you know? Because that's a big complaint of a lot of women. Dudes like a minute man, and, you know, got some idiots talking pump and dump. And then think a woman gonna be cool with that shit. Nah, you wanna deal with the woman to the point she wants to come back for more. And that shit don't stop. That shit don't stop with age. Shit. But some dudes just don't know. Some dudes just don't know. Like I said, if they out in public, you see them. Let's just be real. Somebody with some astuteness, knowing who the players are, who actually getting something, they take one look, no, the motherfucker ain't getting shit. They need to shut up and hush up and hit the gym and learn some shit. And it really is. I mean, seriously, when you get into it deeper, that's the thing. You know, I find it interesting because I hear some guys hit me up privately and they say, yeah, they're getting attention from these women and shit, right? They're getting attention, but they ain't getting sex. What can they do? I don't know, have sex. Because I'm gonna be real with you, man. If you turning on a woman sexually, you got plenty of women who will be aggressive and hand you the poo. You know, seriously. They'll hand you the poo. And you don't have to have money. Any guys who think they have to have money, that's saying how women really see them. Women see them as a utility. And they should, because, like I said, I've been there. Shit. And women handed me the shit. And I was broke. I'd be broke. If they want to get with you, they'll get with you because they turned on. If you got a functional dick, that's all they really need from you if they turned on. You know? If guys talk about status and shit, that's some social shit. Like, if they deal with you on that level, I put it like this. Only deal with them on that level. If you think it's money and status, be prepared to be a cuck and double back home a lot. If you have a baby, do a paternity test. Seriously. If you think it's that. If that's the primary reason you think a woman's attracted to you, the thing to get, you will have trouble. All right? Yeah, that mess with somebody who got money and status, but those are the ones who get cheated on the quickest with some broke dick. Because they want the sex. And, I've been saying that. And that don't change as they age. And I know some people say, well, in fact, really. Well, I was going to say, some people will say, well, they hit that wall and everything. Yeah, well, yeah, they don't look as good as they did at 18. But the scale is up. They still got that horniness, man. They still got that horniness. And for anybody who actually has sex, you realize, oh, well, shit, you want some good shit. Hell, a lot of young ones don't have that experience. And I know some dudes out there say, well, I still rather have a young one. Well, you still rather have a woman, period, because she's a virgin. You need to shut up. Why don't you work on getting something first, motherfucker? And I'm going to tell you what, too. And this for, like, some motherfuckers who are virgins, never had any, never really kissed a girl. You have that one good sexual experience. One good sexual experience with a woman you didn't have to pay for. Your whole perspective will start to change. There's something there. In fact, I'll say this. Because a lot of guys want a shortcut to becoming select. Getting up there. There's only really one. This is one. Once, and I know people, they going to rewind this. And I guarantee I'll get a question in the comments. Well, how could I find that woman? You got to get that woman who turns you on, got your dick like, boom. Got you turn you on like crazy, right? Got your shit like just rock hard, right? And she got to want to give you some freely. I mean, she got to bring something out in you, right? Here's the problem with that. Yeah, that's what you got to get, right? The biggest problem is getting to the point to get there. That's the issue. Now, if you want to get there, I'm telling you what to do. Get your body right. Seriously, get your body right. Don't worry about your height or your face. Get your body right. Trust me. You got to get to that point. Get to that point. If you can get to that point and then get that woman who can really get your shit hard, boom. And also deal with any sexual hangups you got. Because if you're a virgin, I'm going to be real with you. If you're a virgin, you probably have some sexual hangups. Because I'm going to just be real out here. Let's just keep it a buck. And I don't talk about this as much because a lot of guys ain't on this level, but if you give off that sexual vibe to a woman, there's always going to be a woman who's going to hand you the pussy, one way or the other. Unfortunately, some of those women are older women getting with some younger guy, but it's going to be some. But at the same time, those guys will probably get women around their own age, women in the neighborhood, some girl, if you young, seriously. Or no matter what your age is, you got that sex appeal. The woman, she gonna put herself in position. She might even just straight up look at you and say, hey, look, I want to back that thing up on you. That's just the reality. If you give off that vibe to women, they're going to come to you. Now, I get deeper on my other stuff in my different videos. It ain't just one video. And let me be clear about that. You got to change your mindset and shit. You got to give off that sexual aura. That's my main thing. And you give off that sexual aura, anything you do works. Because that's what it comes down to. Anything you do. You can be direct, indirect, have money, be broke, whatever. It ain't all that. She want to get with you. That's the bottom line. It still works. You know, it still works for me. And the dudes have actually followed what I said. They ain't complaining. Seriously. Because you'll be telling y'all and shit. So, anyway. And you know this one thing, though? Originally, I'm starting off talking about grown folks' game and, you know, older people. But it's everything really come down to sex. And like I said, I don't take any of these content creators talking game or whatever or what to do with women. If they ain't talking about sex, I don't even pay attention to the shit. I'm going to be real. If they don't bring it up, they don't have to bring it up every single time. But if they bring it up enough, there's a couple who will, like, really just get into sex. Okay. I respect them. Because that's what it comes down to. Otherwise, it's just some friend zone shit. That's easy to be somebody's friend. Well, I thought it was easy, but, you know. Because let's be real. The dudes, they coming on these channels and shit, they want to get pussy. You know, that's why my book sells all over the world. I had people break that down to me early on. It's about sex. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot. That's what dudes doing. Even these dudes traveling overseas and shit, they traveling for some pussy. Let's just be real. You want sex. So I'm telling you how to get it. It's just that simple. All right? So anyway, and if somebody don't like that, they got issues, stay the fuck off the channel then. I don't really give a fuck. If you're a virgin or something, that leaves shit for my sons. And that leaves shit for my crew. That's one less man to compete with for that fine woman. My crew, they gonna rise. So, anyway. That's all I got for today, yo. Alright? And then my car video and stuff. So, anyway, y'all. I'll talk to y'all. Peace.